So hi everyone, welcome back to Jahangir tutorials. Okay, I'm going to now do a very important topic with you all, that is relating to English grammar and enriching vocabulary, comprehension passages from business communication. Do not skip these topics. Okay, this is something which we have done since we were in school. Okay, so do not ever try to get away from this topic, because these are the simple topics which can help you gain maximum marks. Okay, so now business communication in itself is a very important subject. 50 marks allotted to this particular subject, and there is 30 marks of presentation and communication skills. The questions relating to this particular presentation and communication skills, which is your part B after your current affairs, which is 20 questions asked, are again from business communication. Okay, so I'm going to take another small lecture based on your presentation and communication skills, wherein I'm going to share certain important MCQs for practices for this particular section. Okay, so for right now, we will begin with English grammar, enriching vocabulary and comprehension of passage. I'm just going to give you a quick overview as to what you all have to study and how you all have to study these three chapters. They are very self-explanatory. Why? Because we have done this over the time in school. Okay, we all know what is grammar, we all know what is a sentence writing, we know what is a passage. Okay, questions can be answered from the passage. So this I'm going to take it up as an overview, a quick revision, and you all can come back to me if you all have any doubts or want to solve anything. And since you all have joined my WhatsApp group, I'm going to share important MCQs for all these three chapters just for your practice. Okay, so let's begin. Starting with your first chapter, lesson number 1, which is English grammar and its usage. Okay, now how will you go about with this chapter, English grammar and usage? This is your lesson number 1 of business communication. So in case of grammar, first thing which you all will do, okay, the first part will be parts of speech. It is important and it is very nicely given in our module. Okay, in parts of speech, there are 8 topics which are to be covered. One is noun. Okay, then we have pronoun, we have adjectives. So a noun, naming. Okay, noun can be a proper noun, can be a common noun. Then a pronoun, adjectives describing. Then verbs, we have adverbs, prepositions, we have conjunctions, and lastly interjection. So this all 8 parts of speech. For that they have given you examples. So what you all have to do is that you just need to know what is noun. Okay, so noun is a naming word, and you need to know 1 or 2 examples in that particular part of speech. So if I'm talking about noun, you can just do any of the examples here, just read them. Okay, Rahul took the dog to the park. So here Rahul is the name of the person. Dog, name of an animal. Okay, place here is a park. Thing, the car makes lot of noise. Car, noise. Okay, so these are all naming words. In kinds of nouns, we have common nouns which can be used in the place of all or the proper nouns. And here proper nouns which are talking about the actual person. Okay, proper noun Rahul. Okay, name, proper naming. So we have common nouns which can be given commonly to all the things, like we have a shop, we have a market, we have bank. Collective noun, a batch, company, university, talking about a crowd together. And proper nouns, India, Delhi, Rahul. Okay, name, proper names. So in nouns, you all have to just remember what is noun and types of nouns. Okay, then we have second one was pronouns. Okay, pronouns can be of 2 types. Pronouns are those nouns which are used in the place of nouns. So they can be personal, they can be relative. So personal means you're talking about a person, you're using that particular noun in case of a person, she, he, we, I, him. And relative pronouns, whom, which, that. Okay, a relative pronoun acts as a pronoun also, and sometimes it acts as a conjunction also. And we have some possessive nouns like mine, yours, ours. Okay. Third is your adjectives. Adjectives is nothing but a word used to describe a particular person, animal, thing, and anything, a particular noun. Tell something more about that noun. Okay. Then we have verbs. Verbs are nothing but tells us, asserts something about the person or thing. It is taken from the Latin word verbum, meaning a word. Okay, because it is important. Verb is very important in a sentence. So, what a person or a thing is doing. Rohit runs. The bell rings. Okay, so runs, rings. What is done by that person? Ram is beaten, door is broken. So it is telling you a little bit more, tells us or asserts more about that same person or thing will be a verb. Adverb. Uh, See, adjectives, they give us the quality. Okay, qualify. Okay, they give us something which is describing that noun. Adverbs modify the meaning not only of the verbs but also of the adjectives. They will modify the meaning of prepositions, conjunctions, everything in the sentence. Okay, so here, see this. Small investors find it very difficult. So difficult is an adjective, but very is a adverb. Adverb. Okay, then you have after adverbs, so we have verbs, then we have adverbs, then we have prepositions. Okay, preposition is when you are using a word to show a relationship between the time, place, etc. When you show relationship between two things. Okay, so the space above the room houses the conference facility. The preposition above, above, below, it is combining two things. Okay, explains the relationship between that room and the conference facility. Then you have, with a lot of prepositions. Then you have conjunctions, joining words and but. Okay, they are the joining words. And lastly is the interjections, which are used in order to express some emotion or a strong feeling. So this was your first part, parts of speech. 8 subtopics in parts of speech. Then quickly you will go to the second topic, which is voice. Active voice and passive voice. In active voice, the sentence is written in the manner it is spoken or said or narrated, etc. Active, same way as it is being spoken, that will be the active voice. Okay, they are generally short, they are totally direct in nature, direct and empathic in nature. So certain examples you can take it up from here. And then you have passive, passive voice. They are more in a drafting form. Okay, they are more in a drafting form of a particular sentence or a narration or what is being spoken. Then, so passive and certain examples. Topic number 3 is articles. We have only 3 articles: a, an, and the. Okay, a, an, or the. A or an, they are called as the articles a, o, an, and the. They come before the nouns. A or an is an indefinite article because it talks about any random thing, but the talks about a specific person, place, thing, etc. Okay, so the is a definite article. A and an are indefinite article. Then we have articles done. Fourth one is usage. Okay, now usage is nothing but it is a type of a vocabulary, a manner in which native speakers use it. Okay, the language of the native speakers of that particular collective body, okay, governing a particular society or authorization, etc. All right, so usage is, it implies the manner in which native speakers of a language uses it, and it has now become a part of a sentence, or it is automatically grammatically correct, though it does not govern with the grammar rules. Okay, there is no grammar rules which can be applied over here. For example, it is me. If I'm saying it is me, it is generally accepted. Okay, otherwise grammatically it is correct with what it is I. So certain things this comes up as a usage. Then we have tenses. Tense, we all know: past tense, future tense, present tense. Okay, now even in past, present and future we will have simple present tense, then we can have present simple present tense, present continuous tense, and present perfect tense, present perfect continuous. For all this, even in case of past also, we'll have simple past, then we'll have past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. All these are the types. So all these three types in different sentences it is used. So we need to know all: past, present, and future tense. You can do one or two examples of each. Your concepts will get clear over there. Okay. Then after the tenses, here we finish tenses. Then we will come to sentence construction. Very important. In grammar, we need to construct a sentence. It is a group of words which will make complete sense. It will be known as a sentence. So you can just make a simple sentence, or you can even pose a question, you can give a command, you can make an exclamation. Okay, so sentence purpose of a sentence is to bring all the words together and make complete sense. Correct? Now, in a sentence, there is generally a subject and there is a predicate. Subject, it is the name of that person or that thing of which we are going to speak. It is the subject of our sentence. And predicate is when you're telling something more about that particular subject. It will be known as a predicate. A phrase is a group of words which neither has finite verb or not makes sense by itself. Okay, so there can be phrases also. A phrase, you can read it. Sentence is important. Okay, a sentence has two parts: subject and predicate. You have to remember that. Then we have, in phrases, we can have a noun phrase, adjective phrase, and adverbial phrase as well. Some examples of that, you can read this in case of phrases. Then we have types of sentences. So we are doing construction of sentences. We are still on that only topic. Okay, so in case of construction of sentences, topic number 6. Okay, we can have different types of sentences. We collect all the words, group it together. It will make complete sense. It will call a sentence. You can have a simple sentence. You can ask a question. You can have an exclamation mark. You can have a give a command. All this will form a part of sentence. Sentence has subject and predicate. Okay, then also there are types of sentences. Types of sentences. Okay, now generally sentences, there is a subject and predicate. Okay, so now a group of words that form a part of sentence and has a subject and a predicate of its own, it will be known as a clause. Okay, the clause that makes sense in itself, it can stand alone and make sense as a separate sentence altogether. It will be known as the principal clause or the main clause. In a sentence, there are always clauses. Okay, so if there are two clauses which are combined together, there will be one clause who will be standalone clause. It will make sense by itself. That will be known always as a main clause or a principal clause. A clause which cannot stand by itself, it cannot make complete sense without the main clause, it will be known as a dependent clause or a subordinate clause. Okay, so there is sentence types. In that we have simple sentence. In simple sentence, there is only one independent clause, only one. Okay, only one finite verb and there is only one independent clause. That will give you a simple sentence. This courage won him an honor is a simple sentence. Only one independent clause is there. This courage won him honor. Okay. Now a compound sentence will be made up of two or more independent clauses. There will be two or more independent clauses. Night come on, rain fell heavily and we all got very wet. Okay. So this will be a compound sentence. Simple. Second one was compound. So night come on. Rain fell heavily itself makes a complete sense. We all got very wet also makes a complete sense in itself. So a compound sentence, more than two independent clauses. Okay, more than two independent clauses. Then we have complex sentences. Complex sentence has an independent clause and at least one dependent clause will be there. Okay, so the third type is a complex sentence. For example, the human brain never stops working until you stand up to speak in public. Okay, so complex sentences, this one is an independent clause, never stops working. You stand up and speak into public is a dependent clause. So there is one independent clause, one dependent clause. Rest all you have to just read it. Okay, this is all is not that important. What is important is the types of sentences: simple, compound and complex. Correct. Let's move forward. Again, still we are on sentence construction. Okay, so now sentence construction in the way you are writing, okay, that also has now types. So sentence construction is based on the kind of writing in the question. So if you're writing something which is very easy or something basic narration, simple, it is okay. Some sentences are loose sentences. They are suited to simple style of letter writing, okay, which is very easy. Loose sentences. Some are periodic sentences. Then sentences based on their length, shorter sentences, and we can have longer sentences. And then with the help of sentences, we go to paragraph construction. Okay, paragraph construction is nothing but obviously paragraph will talk about a topic and an idea in a whole. So there will be more than 2 to 3 sentences. It will become one paragraph. Simple until paragraph construction. Then here is your prefixes and suffixes. There are many questions from here which they ask in your presentation and communication skills. Okay, so prefix are nothing but when you add a particular word to another word in itself. Okay, there is already one word, say terrorist. It is a word in itself. And if I add another word, anti, and it changes the meaning of the word actually there, it will be known as a prefix, adding word before a proper word. And suffix is adding the word later. Okay, so prefixes and suffixes are important. So there are certain group of prefixes. Some prefixes are supportive in nature. Some are opposing prefixes, negative. Reversative prefixes, derivative, place related, size, time, number prefix, class changing prefixes and miscellaneous. Now you all will say, ma'am, how to remember so many? So nothing, you will just need to know what is a supportive prefix and two examples of it. Two examples each. Opposing, two examples each. Just know what it is. So say if I'm talking about a supportive prefix, okay, see, supportive prefixes are those prefixes that support or are for that root word. Okay, they are supporting more to that root word. So if I'm talking about life, pro-life, I'm supporting that root word life more. Okay, then you have opposing prefixes. Just the example which I gave, terrorist, opposing anti-terrorist. So you need to know what that prefix actually does. Negative, it is the prefix that denotes the absence of distinguishing feature of the root word. So moral, amoral. Okay. Then symmetric, asymmetric. Historical, ahistorical. Okay. Then you have reversative prefixes that will denote the act of undoing the previous act of that root word. Undoing. So if I'm select, deselect, nominate, denominate, criminalize, decriminalize, disqualify, qualify, disqualify. Right? Then we have derivative. Okay, derivative is means removing something or depriving someone of doing something. Okay, so frost, defrost, bug, debug, arm, disarm. Okay, lead, unlead, mark, unmark. Okay, so you can do 2 to 3 examples of each. We have place prefixes, anti, circum, extracurricular. Okay, place prefix before we use word for, for, FORE. Okay, inter we use for between. So these are certain other time, places, prefixes. You don't have to remember the sub headings of the prefix. You just need to know the total types of prefixes which are there. Then size prefix, which denotes the size: mega, medium, large, mini, small. Easy. Time prefix is same again: before, former, later, recent, after. Number prefixes: number, which donates like number one, 2, 3, 4 will like quad. We have quadri. Then 5 penta, 6 hexa, 7, 8. All those number prefixes. Then status prefixes: status, co-owner, joint owner, co-author. Then for deputy we use pro, vice chancellor. Status. Class changing prefixes: the entire the meaning of that root word just changes, and the class also changes with the meaning changes, because there's a change in the class of the word. Then you have certain other miscellaneous prefixes which can be read. Okay, then you come to, after you do this prefix, so say all these important types of prefixes you have completed, 8, topic number 8, and you have some good 8 to 10 types of prefixes also. After that, coming to suffix. Okay, now in suffix there is nothing much. Suffix is nothing but a word which you have added later to the root word, and then hence there are changes in the meaning. So there can be noun suffix, verb suffix, there can be adjective suffix, there can be adverb suffix. So you can do suffix. What is a suffix? It is a word added later to the root word. Okay, and examples, 2 examples of each time. Correct. Then we come to combination of words. Okay, now combination of words is topic number, say, 9, 10. Okay, 8 was our prefix, 9 was suffix. Combination of words. Okay, this combination of words is basically combining the forms with other words. Okay, it gives again a new meaning. Okay, so there, see what happens. These combining verbs or words have a singular form and clear and consistent meaning, which is probable because they are very recent origin. Okay, many of them are also technical, and therefore their meanings are less susceptible to changes. Most combining forms are Greek and Latin origin. Some are as follows. So arch. Okay, arch is nothing but chief. So archbishop, archrival. Auto. Auto means self. So autograph, autopilot. Bio. Bio is talking about life. Crypto means concealed. Okay, so you have to read all this. Okay, all of this. And then you have the last topic, which is punctuations. Punctuations we all know: comma, full stop, inverted commas, hyphens, brackets. All are these punctuations. Where and what you have to use is given over here. Okay, so use of punctuation marks, space, full stop, all that is being given here. So in the last, I think so, they have given you, see, summary of punctuation. What is a full stop, comma, hyphen, semicolon? Where and when we are completing a sentence, we use full stop, we use comma. When we are using two to three different words, when we use hyphen, when do we use semicolon, what is an apostrophe, quotation marks we use, certain crescent brackets, square brackets, brace brackets, angle brackets. Okay, so this is all of your chapter number 1. Starting from parts of speech, we ended with punctuation marks. Okay, now I'm quickly moving to your next topic, which is lesson number 2, enriching vocabulary. Now this enriching vocabulary, is a very subjective topic. Okay, this will come with time. The more you read, little books, or different types of you can, if you like to read more of story books, fiction books, or you like to read certain novels, you should always inculcate that habit. Even reading our legal language related books, law books, automatically that language will get enhanced with more and more reading. Okay, so enriching vocabulary is nothing but the person's own knowledge of words. There are many words which can be used to define one same thing. Okay, or to mean one same thing, so you need to know all that words. It will come with time. Okay, so building vocabulary is something which is subjective. Vocabulary topics, this is what is there. You have to do is, first topic over here in this chapter is choice of words, synonyms, antonyms, homonyms. Then we have homophones. Then we have single word which is given for a group of words. Words which are frequently misspelled. There are certain idioms and phrases. We have proverbs, and we have foreign words and phrases which are commonly used, and certain abbreviations. Again, in this chapter there are 11 topics, same like in English grammar we did 11 topics. Here also we have 11 topics. Now what are we going to do? First one, which is choice of words. Okay, when you communicate with someone, so depends on the following factors. First is how much you know, like what is your knowledge, your range of your vocabulary. Okay, then the audience or the person to whom you are communicating, type of communication, whether you're doing oral, written, what is the message you want to convey, the context and the usage, okay, of those words, regional and national differences in the languages, and improving vocabulary. Okay, it is the root, it is the etymology of your words. Okay, you are supposed to improve it, you are supposed to read more and more. Okay, so adaptation, the best strategy for effective reading. Okay, so you should be knowing what you want to convey. Clear, concise meaning is just not enough, but to use more different types of words is also what is important. Okay, when you are using the words, you have to see that there is simplicity in the words. You can get quick response. Using of the familiar words. Okay, sharp and clear meanings. Jargon. Okay, certain words are jargon, in a given field, in a science field, in an arts field, in commerce field, which the opposite person may not understand. Okay, they're very technical. Then avoid using superfluous or any kind of a verbosity words. Okay, avoid short words. We try to use those short forms, GN, good night, GM, good morning. Then select words for precise meaning, giving the meaning of that particular thing, or your purpose of your communication. Use gender neutral words. Okay, don't use he, she where it is not required. Then your second topic is synonyms. Synonyms are the words having the same meaning. Now, of course, you will have to read this. It is important. You will have to read all these words, okay, having the same meaning. They have given you all. They have given the word and they have given the synonyms, same meaning words again. Antonyms, opposite, contrary words to one another. So they have also given you all certain examples of antonyms here. right? Going to the next one, it is homophones. Homo means same, phone means sound. So these words are going to be sounding same, okay, but they are spelled differently and they mean also different. Homo means, remember, don't get confused. Homo means same. Homo means same, and phone means sound. So they are similar sounding words. Access, access. So access means to get an approach. Access means extra. Advice, advice. Okay, advice is a noun. Okay, it is a noun. The end sound is s. Advice. Advice sound is z. Okay, it is a verb sound. My father advised me to do so and so. 8 and 8. 8 and number 8. Okay, bear, bear. So these are words which will sound same, but they have a different spelling and they mean differently. Homophones. Okay, sorry, homophones we did. Homonym. Homonym means homo is same, which speaker often confuses with the homophone. What happens here? Homo means the same. We just saw that in homophones. But nym means name. Okay, so here the words are totally same. They are same. Okay, even the spellings are same, but when they are used in different sentences, they will mean different. Okay, so sometimes when I say give me your address, so I'm asking for your postal address. Okay, I can give you the address of a good attorney. That letter was addressed to me. Okay, band, band. Now sometimes band is what, hair band. Generally you want to just quickest meaning, band, hair band. And sometimes the band is, okay, the ones who play those beats songs. Band, government has put a band on so and so product. Okay, bat, bat. I'm afraid of bats. It is the first time at a bat in the major leagues. Okay, match, match. Match, a game, and sometimes match when you use to match two different products. Okay, so homonym are again same. They sound similar, they spell similar, everything same, but when they are different in meaning when used in different sentences. All right. Then we have topic number 6, single word for a group of words. Okay, so when there is a lot of words in that place, we can have one single word can be used. Yes. Greed, inordinate desire. Greed, inordinate desire to gain or hoard wealth. That which cannot be taken by force. Impregnable. One who learns a subject as a hobby. Amateur. That which can be easily broken. Fragile. Okay. So greed, inordinate desire is avarice. Okay, so you have to remember all this. Unpleasant sound, phony. Okay, so they have given you a few. They see there can be something which can be asked even outside the book. Okay, certain things which we already know, so it can be asked outside the book. There are certain words which are frequently misspelled. Absence, we misspell it. Accommodate, we misspell it. Calendar, license, receipt. So they have given some examples of misspelled words. Spellings and pronunciation, it is important for us to know the spellings. Okay, spellings, pronounce, all this is important for the students. We are going to be professionals, so when we are going to communicate with the outside world as CS, as compliance officers, for us it is very important that we take care of our spellings. Okay, there can be spelling errors which they have given. This is just read. Okay, you all don't have to kind of learn all this. This is just for your understanding where and how spelling errors certain times happen. They have just given you all. What you all need to know, that if they have given you a misspelled word and they're asking you to choose the right spelling, so see to it that you do it well. Okay, then stress and rhythm. A syllable is the minimum rhythmic sound of the spoken language. Each word we speak in English has a sound, phonic sounds. Okay, so one word may have more than one syllable. Okay, so say for example there is only one syllable in frame, name, claim, train. Okay. Sometimes there are two syllables. Okay. Address, confess, okay, redress. So there are certain, wherein you break the words, that will be known as syllable. Okay. Syllable and rhythm. Then we have abbreviations when we use short forms, etc, short form. Okay, there are certain abbreviations which we can use. Okay, etc. Then types of abbreviations. They have given you some MA for Master of Arts. We know MCom, Master of Commerce, BCom. MS is for manuscript. BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation. So you all have to go through, read all this. Okay. There are certain plural abbreviations also. Then comes items and phrases. I think this is your 10th topic. Okay. Items and phrases. A simple word like go is a part of a child's vocabulary, so much that an imperative bushman had an equivalent for its language. But look at the following sentences. Now, what are they trying to say? Ever got a Mumbai's number at first go? When you're dialing any Mumbai's number, did you ever get at first go? He is always on a go. Okay, so your go word has a different meaning both in different sentences. These are items, these are phrases which are there. Okay. Take fall, the sparrows fall, and the Roman empires fall, and so on. Okay, so there are certain words which have combination. They are having a specific meaning. Okay. Now, in a phrase is a group of words, a part of sentence. It does not make complete sense in itself. Does not make complete sense in itself. But it has an independent meaning and makes some sense. On the hill, about town, under the tree, etc. Certain words. Okay, phrases. A phrase is quite often equivalent to an adjective, or it will be an adverb or a noun. Okay. Some verbal idioms. This is what is important. Okay. They will ask you the meaning. Beat back, compel to retreat. Meaning. Items. Boil down to, come down to amount to. Cast aside, reject, throw aside. This is important. Okay. Cut off. So whatever I'm writing important, that you have to do. This all, if you would just read it, what is a phrase, what is an item, it is okay. But what is important now is the meanings which they have given. Gloss over, to ignore. Then you have labor under, to suffer from disadvantage or distress. Play off against, to set one party against another. Pull one through, to recover, to help one recover. Then certain other idiomatic expressions. They have been cast a slur upon, by word or act, cast a slight reproach on someone. To catch a Tartar, encounter a strong adversary. To cut the Gordian knot, to remove difficulty by bold and unusual measures. To fall to someone's lot, to become someone's responsibility. So all this you will have to read and know the meaning of the items and the phrases. Okay. Phrases, which also, though they cannot stand alone by itself, but they have a meaning. Okay. Then there are certain miscellaneous other items, which there are many items which they have given. So you cannot sit and learn all of them, but yes, you can definitely read them. Okay. You can definitely read them. Then there are certain idiomatic expressions belonging to a particular subject. So when you're talking about money, debt, business, etc., so there are certain like bad debts, short supply, all this belong to business. Bargain, warfare, okay, to take something by a storm, okay, to strike one's colors, flags, etc. Sea and ship related, the weather, the storm, the sail before the wind, okay, to cast anchor. So all these are specifically topic related items. Fire, light, candles, death. Then we come to proverbs, the last one. Right? This is the last topic, proverbs. Yes. So items was the 10th topic. Proverbs is the last topic. I don't know whether you all had this in your school, but in my school it was always there. Every day we had to write one sentence of the day, one proverb of the day on the blackboard, and you read that. They are all motivational proverbs. Certain proverbs talk about life, talk about yourself, talk about the nature. Okay, so there are certain times they're very nice to read, and they're motivational. You feel good. So they have a meaning in its own self. The phrases are formed in such words, they stand alone by themselves and they have a meaning. So better late than never is a very good proverb. Okay, fools rush in where angels fear to tread. Okay, said of reckless persons. There is no fool like an old fool. A fool and his money are soon parted. Example is always better than percept. Okay, so these are certain phrases which they have given. Then item for foreign words and phrases, I'll give you the markings important. In law language, there you will find many words taken from Latin, taken from Greek word. Okay, so L will stand for Latin, F will stand for French word, and G will stand for the Greek word. So this abbreviation L, G, F which they have given, they are telling you that this particular word is taken from the Greek word or Latin word or the French word. You'll find a lot of using of this ab initio word in legal language from the very beginning. It means from the beginning. Ab origin, from the origin. Okay, ad valorem, according to the value. So I'm marking the important ones for you. Okay, then you have, okay, a la carte, restaurant, a la carte list. Then you have, I'm just giving you some of the important ones. We have bona fide, genuine, sincere, bizarre, strange, unknown, bon voyage, a good journey. Okay, then comfort, colleague. Then you have de facto, actual, in fact, de jure, by the law, by right. Okay, then entrepreneur, taken from the French word. Then you have ex post facto, with respective action or force. Mm-mm. In memoriam, in the memory of. Then laissez affair, a policy of non-interference. Malefied, bad faith. Okay, then modus operandi, a way of doing something. Mutatis mutandis, okay, with the necessary changes. So if I tell you all the rights, obligations, duties, of a auditor applies mutatis mutandis to a secretarial auditor. Means in the same manner, everything remains same with certain changes where and where required. Okay. Then you have paripasu, by side, equally, equivalently by side. Prima facie, at the face. Postmortem. Performa, a document, a form. Pro rata, rate or proportion. Then you have quid pro quo, a favor or advantage given. Resume, your curriculum. Okay, here where you give the details. Your status quo, existing condition. Subjudice, under a judicial consideration. Then vice versa, conversely. Viva voce, oral examination. So these are certain words, foreign abbreviation words. Abbreviated form of words. Okay, what is an abbreviation? Okay, which is words written in the brevity. Then, okay, when you are using abbreviation, what you should remember, do not use abbreviations if it can be easily avoided. In abbreviation, use proper full stops. That is why when we write Mr., we use full stop. Okay. Then do not forget to punctuate the rest of the sentence in the normal manner. So when we use etc., we always use that full stop. Example, e.g., we put a full stop. Okay, so this is just reading. You don't have to do all of it. Okay. So this is, do not abbreviate the following. Yes, this is important. Do not abbreviate words such as through, night. We write NIT, night. Words which are starting, the sentence is going to begin. Okay, days, weeks of the month. Do not abbreviate all that. People's names, unless it is a nickname. Okay, so certain things which cannot be abbreviated. This is what it is given. Okay. Now moving to your last topic of your English grammar, which is comprehension of passage and art of summarizing. Okay, now in this topic, you will see what they have given is that you have to solve a comprehensive passage. You will be given a passage. You are supposed to ask questions which are best fairly related with that particular passage, and as fast as possible, because obviously it is in the MCQ form. So you will have one passage and I think 2-3 questions out of from that passage can be asked. This is more likely to be asked in your presentation and communication skills. So do not skip it. Now, how will you practice it? Okay. Basically, you have to read the passage, you have to understand the central idea, focus on the details, logical structure, and the tone of the passage. These passages will not be like how we had in school, answering like one word question and one line. So the answer is directly there. Certain questions are very, very intellectually asked. Okay. You have to understand deeply what the passage is talking about. So to find the central idea, focus on the details. What is the structure of the passage, the tone of the passage. Okay. So what are the skills required for passage reading is logical ability, your fluency in English, inference power, what you understand, your analysis, your ability of analytic analysis, reasoning, sentence construction, cohesion, reading speed, vocabulary power, working memory, and attention. Okay, so this is what they have given, and then they have directly given you all examples. There is nothing much to this particular chapter. They have given you all examples so that with the answers, so that they are giving you best practice to know actually what they expect from you. So see, each paragraph there will be 4 to 5 questions asked, or maximum there are 10 questions also. See this, each paragraph, and there are questions asked in the paragraph. So what have I done is I have also made a few paragraphs for more practice. Okay, so what you all can do today is start reading these passages, and since the answers have already been given, see that you all can just do it by yourself first. Okay, try and understand those answers, why that answer is being selected. There will be certain paragraphs in which they will give you jumbled up sentences, and then they will ask you to construct a proper paragraph. So jumbled up sentences, you have to construct it in a paragraph, means you have to correct the sequence of those sentences. Okay, so then they have given you all even those examples. See, in the chronological order when you have to do it. Para jumble, sentence construction, sentence arrangement, sentence completion, all that is also there. So you should be able to know what has to be done. Okay. So there are different types of paragraph related. That is it. These are the only examples which they have given to you all. So you all can read these examples, and you all can even do more with the practice questions which I am going to send it across to you all on this WhatsApp group. Okay. So if you all have any more friends who require help in these topics which are important, ask them to join the WhatsApp group. They will get access to these notes as well, and they'll be able to practice more and more. All right, so we with this we have completed all our 3 chapters. Lesson number 1, 2 and 3. One was grammar, then one was vocabulary, and the last one was passage. Okay, all the 3 are very, very important. Okay, from business communication subject point of view, even from your presentation and communication skills point of view. Okay, so do well, study well. You have any doubt, you all can message me. See you all. Take care. Bye.